Alright, hello. So, I'm actually here in Seaport Village, and I don't know if you can see me behind me. There's a lot of people having lunch or dinner, early dinners. Anyway, so I actually wanted to come on and talk about naysayers and why you should remove them from your life, okay? Now, if you're curious about what I'm sipping, this is Spill the Beans. It'll probably show backwards, but let me see. Spill the Beans. What was this? This is, I forgot what this is called, but this is some sort of a, I don't know, it's an iced drink. Anyways, okay, so naysayers, right? I'm gonna give you an example of what a naysayer can be in the most subtle way, okay? Because you can have your more obvious naysayers that are always telling you, oh, you should never do that because that's dumb, and that's an obvious naysayer, okay? But sometimes you'll have people in your circle that when they naysay, or when they kind of say things that is kind of like in opposition of your well-being and your good, ultimately it'll go something like this, okay? Let's say you're going through a struggle in life, right? And let's say you're kind of like, you know what, I just want to stay positive, right now, for some reason, even though things are falling apart, I feel so much like encouragement and motivation. For some reason, I just feel wonderful, right? And then let's say this person comes in and they're like, oh, well, how, sometimes you do struggle with this and that. So, maybe you can, or, I'm not trying to bring you down, but, blah, 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 blah. When somebody says they're not trying to bring you down, but they're just letting you know, I realize that what I'm saying is going to probably bring you down, but I'm gonna say it anyways. And people will, especially if you're really talented and gifted, and let's say you have plans to do great things, right? And they know about it, right? Or maybe they just see your talents in general and they see you moving in a direction that for them it's too late, right? Or maybe they know they don't have the same abilities, or maybe they know that their life outcome isn't going to be as grand as yours. Well, even if they love you, even if they want the best for you, sometimes people can't help but be harboring seeds of jealousy, seeds of resentment, because you're so much more this or that than they are, right? And so it can be discouraging, because let's say you have a naysayer that's like a family member that you care about, or that you've known all your life or whatever. And let's say at your more core moments, you're kind of going through stuff. Let's say these people never, and this is the thing, a naysayer very rarely will give you good advice, okay? A lot of the time, naysayers, if they're more subtle and you can't tell that they, let's say, are a naysayer, like obviously, the way that you can tell that somebody doesn't genuinely support you is when you have all this good news to share and they're just listening, right? They don't say, oh my God, that's wonderful. They don't say, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, that's great. They're not excited about hearing the good things that are happening, okay? This is a for sure sign that this is an undercover hater, okay? I had a friend actually for many years, and I had even brought her to some of the stuff that, some of the opportunities that I had even brought her along. Well, sometimes I would share good news with her, things that were happening for me. And she almost didn't react at all. And mind you, this is stuff that changed my life. Okay. She could not get happy about it. Okay. She could not be excited for me. She could not get like, oh my God, what? You know, that would be the normal reaction for someone that you'll get from someone who really cares about you, who is not jealous of you, who is not an undercover hater or naysayer. They will be truly happy for you when you accomplish a goal or make progress that you might not have otherwise made. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, you know, that is a for sure sign that somebody doesn't truly support you, is that they're not happy when good things happen for you. Now, this is probably, if you see this happening, then I say just be very observant. Be very observant, you know, because even, this is the thing though, just because people are excited or pretend to be excited when good things happen for you doesn't mean that they're not jealous, and it doesn't mean that they're not it doesn't mean that they're genuinely supporting you. Okay, a lot, because sometimes people can fake excitement you know, and joy, you know, when something good happens to somebody else. Some people are good at that, or at least some people can't tell when others are doing that. Anyway, so you know, there's that. All right, now sometimes it's difficult. Okay, sometimes it's very difficult, especially if you feel like your support system is already very small to begin with, you know, or the list of people that genuinely support you is short. It can be difficult because sometimes you'll want to hold on, you know, you'll want to hold on to people that you would hope would genuinely support you and want the best for you. Okay, but you know, if you ever see people who you know, let's say you're at a critical moment, or let's say, you know you're destined for great things, right? But let's say you're just going through some stuff. If anybody tries to, like, sometimes people will give you critique or feedback on what it is that you need to do in life, right? Sometimes people will try to, when you're down and out and they know that you're struggling, some people will try to offer help in the means of, or by saying, well, maybe, you know, maybe next time you could do this differently, you know, or maybe, you know, sometimes I know that you do this, so maybe you should try not to do that so much anymore, you know. But it'll always be in the way that people word things. Okay, what people say says a lot, and what people don't say also says a lot. But really, when people talk, you need to really listen to the intentions behind what is being said or not being said, but mostly from what's being said, right? So if, let's say, somebody is making it sound like they're trying to give you advice, but they're really just tearing you down, you know, try to pick it apart, you know, what people say to you. Analyze what people say to you, because sometimes you can be dealing with people and not know that their intentions are truly not for you. You know, sometimes you can have people that are saying all these good things to you. Oh, you're talented, you're amazing, you're smart, you're this and you're that. But only if you're on my team. Once you're not on my team, then your life and what you're doing and what you are about is irrelevant to me. Okay? There are people out there that are like that. Okay? There are people out there that will build you up just so that you can fulfill the spot that they have for you in their lives. Okay? Some people don't genuinely have your best interest in their heart. Okay? Some people front and gift and support with strings attached. And so you really need to be very, very careful on who you keep in your social circle, who you spend time with, who you invest in, who you bring onto your team. Because if you're bringing people onto your team, and see, sometimes they might not even be naysayers. Like maybe, see, this is the thing. Naysaying is a mentality. See, some people might not ever say anything to you that lets you know that they're actually your enemy. Some people will work with certain people for years, really just to see what they can get out of the situation, all the while they don't truly support the people that they're working with. And I've seen it. I see it. And it's funny because it's like over time, like in my own mind, I've seen people connect, and I've seen the road ahead, and I see the person that they're dealing with, and I'm like, that person is a snake in the grass. And I've tried to warn people, like saying, hey, this person is not, you should watch your back with this person. But then they'll continue to work with them, they'll continue to collaborate with them and have them on their team and everything. And it's like, you have to have a gift of discernment, I guess you could say, to help you really see people and where they are. Because I've seen people collaborating, people who deal with all kinds of, we'll just say sicknesses. We'll just say spiritual, mental, emotional sicknesses. And you've got to be very careful, because when people are not fully healthy, they will do things, like what they produce will be like a direct representation of where they're at in life. Okay, what people produce is a part of who they are. And so when you're dealing and working with somebody who is not sound, they'll be doing things, saying things, creating things that you might not even see how it contributes to your downfall. And so you really, I mean, this is why my social circle is almost non-existent. Almost non-existent, because I've seen so many things in other people that let me know they're not that safe. Down the line, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and I should just nip this relationship in the bud right now, because down the line, I'm probably going to be the one to get the short end of the stick, or rope or whatever. So if anybody's saying anything negative to you, telling you that you can't do this or you shouldn't do that, or, oh, well, you have this issue, so you shouldn't do this or that, be very, really, really listen to what people say, okay? And that's all I have to say.